of Brew Review University. I am your host, Jennifer, along with my co-host, Donnie.
Yeah, rock and roll!
Goodness gracious.
Rock and roll episode, lady!
I didn't say it yet. Now you just blew it. Now
Oh,
they know
okay.
what we're doing. But before we
Sorry, I
can
got excited.
before we can get started, you had to do your disclaimer.
Rock and roll! Yeah, rock and roll! Anyway, kids, if you're not 21 or of drinking age in other states, it's time for you to go to sleep right now. Right now, we're going to get into our first concerts and everything that's...
Quiet! Class is in session and you're going on before I can tell you what is to happen.
I'm rejecting what you're doing right now. I'm heavy. I'm punk rock. I'm rejecting whatever you're doing right now.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Anyways, what? Okay, whatever. Go on.
Maybe you can tell by the attire that we all have on over here, but yes, this is rock band collaborations with breweries. So, what you got for us?
I'm so excited for this show because this is a lot of beers that obviously they collaborate with the breweries to create the certain beers. And first up, we have one of my top rated bands. You ready for this?
No.
Deftones.
Oh yeah, I like me some Deftones too.
So, this is what I'm going to pour here first. It's called Ceremony from Belching Beaver Deftones collaboration. This is a 6.5 ABV and a 30 IBU. ABV, by the way, if you don't know, stands for alcohol by volume. I think that one's going to be mine. And IBU is International Bitterness Unit. So it's how bitter the beer is. I'm going to show you this can here. This is not the first collaboration we have for Belching Beaver and Deftones.
Nope.
Okay, so this particular beer it's brand new. It literally came out this week.
Yes, it did, and we got it.
It's got 106 check-ins and already rates a 3.99. So it's basically a 4.
Nice.
They have had previous collaborations of Belching Beaver and Deftones. A few of those are called Phantom Bride, which we actually do have here. This now was so good that it is now year-round.
Nice.
Like this was so good, it's now year-round. So this is Phantom Bride. They also did White Pony, which I've had, Ohms, which I've had, and Digital Bath was fantastic if you're an IPA drinker. So this particular collaboration right now, though, that we're going to do is Ceremony, and the hops used in this are Citra Galaxy. Citra Galaxy. Sorry, I'm reading Chinese on my own cards here. So, but anyway, this is the 8th collaboration.
8? Wow.
8th collaboration between Deftones and Belching Beaver. So, just a fun fact about Deftones. Deftones was actually formed in 1988 out of Sacramento, California.
That's a good year.
Some of their songs, I'm not sure I want to know why that was a good year. But anyway, songs that they have are Be Quiet and Drive, Change, My Own Summer, Digital Bath, Passenger Knife Party, Cherry Waves, and Pink Maggot. So, those are just some songs. If you want to look up Deftones and see past songs, by all means, do so. So, anyway, let's...
I smelled it. I ain't gonna like it. Sorry, but I'm just not gonna like it.
By the way, Belching Beaver is out of Oceanside, California. This is a hazy IPA, double dry hop. So I know why you're saying you wouldn't like it, but to me, I've already smelt it, and I think the smell coming off the top of this is fantastic. You tried it already.
Yeah. No.
I'm going to do it now. I'm looking at your neck to see if there's any reactions from your neck.
No,
I want to see it again. Do it. Do one more drink. Yeah. That is the same look we get when she does a drink that she's not particularly fond of. But
this is my water that I wash it down with.
I can say for me, this is actually very smooth for a hazy IPA. I do like this. Again, Citra and Galaxy hops.
It's just not.
Very simple for me to drink.
You know me, I like fruity things.
So that is the latest release from Belching Beaver and Def Tones. Again, if you haven't heard Def Tones, which I know everybody listens to different styles of music, whether it be country, rock and roll,
reggae,
reggaeton,
pop, I don't know.
Pop, whatever.
Rap.
Yeah, we don't do that.
What you got next?
So, next up, we have an old classic.
Ooh, an old classic. Well, never mind.
Whatever, lady.
Don't go there.
We have an old classic. So, what we have next is from Robinson's Brewery. This is called Trooper. And for those of you in the heavy metal / hard rock scene, you're going to be very familiar with the band Iron Maiden.
Iron Maiden, yeah.
So, gosh, Iron Maiden is so classic heavy metal. So, this is an extra special bitter strong. So, we got this at Bevmo. You can pretty much go to any Bevmo here in California and get it. This was first introduced in 2013.
Another good year. I'm just going to say that every year that you say.
Well, that was a year after we were married, so that's okay.
Okay, never mind.
Whatever.
Bad year. Bad year.
Whatever, lady.
JK.
ABV on this one is a 4.7 and IBU is 35. This is kind of actually great because they do have a website strictly for this beer. It's called hold on a second. It's actually called ironmaidenbeer.com.
I have to check it out.
So check it out. It's kind of cool. ironmaidenbeer.com. You can get shirts. You can get gear from ironmaidenbeer.com. This has, listen to this number. This has 126,746 check-ins. And on Untapped, it rates a 3.37. So this is obviously a very popular beer. A lot of people buy it. And they rate it decently at a 3.37. So the notes on this are malt flavors with citrus notes. Hops are Bobek, Goldings, and Cascade with hints of lemon. Notes on this are malty, smooth, light, sweet, and hoppy. So I'm going to give you a little bit of...
Oh my god, you got more notes? I was ready to knock this thing back.
Let's knock it down. Hey, let's do that. Let's knock it down. Let's knock it back. And then I'm going to give you a little bit more notes on Iron Maiden because they were actually one of my favorite bands at one time. So let's knock it back. 3, 2, 1. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Jen does not, but that's
these are not my styles.
That's normal. That is completely normal.
It's not what my palate wants.
Iron Maiden formed in 1975
Oh, that's another good year.
in London, England. I didn't tell you where Deftones was formed, did I? They were out of Sacramento, California. That's where they originated. But anyway, Iron Maiden was London, England. Bruce Dickinson was not their first original singer. But he did have a lot to do with the release of this beer. So this is... Basically, it's him. From what I read, he had a lot to do with the collaboration of this beer. Some favorite songs from Iron Maiden are Power Slave, Number of the Beast, Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. And I'm sure all of you metalheads have heard of all these bands. Hallowed Be Thy Name, The Trooper, Aces High, 2 Minutes to Midnight, Run to the Hills, and all those wasted years.
I was just a baby when those came out, so I don't know.
I know all those songs. Those songs are, for metalheads, fantastic. So anyway, that's the Trooper beer. An amazing beer as far as just kind of cool. Even if you don't like the beer, keep the cans.
The cans are cool, yeah.
Yeah, keep the cans. It's got Eddie on the front. For those of you who don't know, Eddie was Iron Maiden and still is Iron Maiden's mascot. So, you ready for the last one?
We got one more?
We got one more.
Let's do it.
We got one more. All right. So, this one is AleSmith. The beer is Sublime. It's a Mexican lager, and for those of you who don't know, Sublime is a... Gosh, what would you consider Sublime?
I don't know, but I saw them when they were not even well known yet.
I'm not... Gosh, I don't remember.
That's putting an age on me, though.
What?
What?
So, AleSmith is out of San Diego, California, which we've been there, and it's a great brewery. If you haven't been there to AleSmith in San Diego, it's fantastic. San Diego, California.
Been there, done that.
This is a Vienna style lager. This particular beer was introduced in 2017. The ABV on this is 5.2. It's got 17,429 check-ins and rates a 3.53. Let's see here. This particular can that you just saw is a tribute to the 25th anniversary of the release of 40 Ounces of Freedom, which was one of their more popular albums that they did.
I'm just trying to do the math and...
Yeah. So...
But whatever.
Yeah. This is... introduced in 2017. So, 5 years into marriage.
The calculator's down here.
So anyway, the tasting notes on this are clean, smooth, biscuity. There's a new word for you, biscuity.
I should have got bready this
grain
week.
And full.
And biscuity. I'm not sure what biscuity is supposed to be like.
So we're gonna put this down right now, and then I'm gonna give you where the band formed and a few songs that you can look up if you want to really check out Sublime. And one of them is very, very popular, and actually a lot of them are very popular, but they're cool in a very cool way. So anyway, let's do this. Straight up easy drinker. It's just a beer. It's an ale. It's a lager / ale.
No.
And truly Vienna style. So it's got a little bit different taste than most. Being a Vienna style lager. So you do have that biscuity hit to it. So let me tell you a little bit about Sublime. Sublime formed in 1988 also.
Another good year.
Just like Def Tones. So they are, or they were, or because now you have Sublime with Rome, right? Rome? I think is the new singer is Rome.
I know.
But they 1988 out of Long Beach, California.
Woo, Long Beach. Woo, yeah. Another peeps out of Long Beach.
We have someone else that was born in Long Beach, and she's excited about that, and the LBC and all that stuff. So, top songs from Sublime. Santeria. Okay, anyway, Bad Fish, What I Got, Doing Time, Wrong Way, Caress Me Down, and I smoke 2 joints in the morning, I smoke 2 joints at night, I smoke 2 joints in the afternoon, it makes me feel alright. Anyway,
moving on.
That's our version of Sublime, and this is good. I actually like it. I like it a lot, and
these they're just weren't my styles of beer, but
they're just collaborations. And, the bands decide what they want, what they like. So, the beers are. I'm going to just put these side by side so you can see them.
I think it's cool that the bands collaborate with these breweries and so forth. The cans are cool. We've seen them out before. I'm glad we were able to get our hands on that one right there.
Yeah, Def Tones.
It's a new one.
Yeah, so. Def Tones. That's this week. Like, it literally came out this week.
And I know there's people out there that just go, they're not beer drinkers and so forth, but they go to get these cans. They collect the cans or whatever.
Sure. But, yeah. So, what business we got, lady?
What business do we got? Well, we want you to be on our podcast. If you're an artist, a musician, a brewery, or just an average Joe, we would love to have you on the show. You can showcase your talent. If you're a brewery, we can do an exclusive episode of just your beers on location or here in the studio. Or if you're an average Joe, you can sit up here with us and give your input on the beers that we are having and, have a lot of fun doing it. You also want to make sure that you are subscribing to YouTube. That way you get the notifications on when our weekly podcasts do populate over there on YouTube. Also, make sure that you are following on Instagram and Facebook. We do 5 weekly beer reviews on those mediums, and maybe you'll see a beer that you want and go out and try it. So we've had several people try the beers, which is great. But that's about all I got.
We both review beers. So, and that's one of the things is you're gonna get different views on different beers. And they are fantastic. Most of the ones we write. Some people ask, what we would. And they say we can't like every single beer, which we don't.
Nope.
I'll be honest, we don't like every single beer that we try. So, but we're not going to put reviews on that we actually don't like. So most of the time, what we do is review the beer, and perhaps we don't like it. What you're getting is what we feel that as a maker of the beer or a owner of the beer, that's the way we're writing in the review. Just FYI, and truly we don't like every beer, and that's what we do want to express to you, that every beer is not good. Even though it may seem like that, we portray it that way, we do have certain beers that we like and we don't like.
Well, every palate is different. I like fruity beers, and you don't like fruity beers.
Sure. I like some fruity beers, but not all fruity beers. And ciders are not my favorite, which we did a show not too long ago that I was surprised with some of the ciders we had. So anyway, that's pretty much it. We hope you enjoyed our Rockin' Roll show. Yeah, so Uh,
Oh my God. Calm down. Calm down. This is the last episode we gotta record right now. Calm down.
So I'm gonna do the. I'm actually gonna do the Trooper beer on this one because I think that. You know what? No, I'm gonna change the Trooper. I'm gonna do the Deftones beer from Belching Beaver, the IPA. So.
I'm doing my special sauce.
As we end this class, we want you to raise your glass and cheers.
Cheers. See you next time.
See you next time.